Hey YouTube, today we're going to be looking at a couple Glocks, and I've been away from YouTube here for a couple weeks now because I've been a little ill, so I figured what better way to get back into it than to make fun of some Glock people. So what we're going to do here is we're going to compare something I've never done before. We're going to compare a Glock 19X to a regular Glock 19. And before we get started, we're going to let you know if neither one of these are got anything in them, and we are clear to make this video, and everybody is safe if you want to watch this video. So what we have here, this is a Glock 19X, and this is chambered in what many Glock people figure is the greatest caliber of all time, 9mm. And I made a video not that long ago, and I was comparing my favorite size handguns, and this one fell into that category because it is what I consider to be a commander size. And when I say commander size, I mean it's got a short slide and a full-size frame. And what they call this thing, they call it the 19X. Now, I happen to like this gun. This happens to be one of my favorite Glocks that they make, and I'm going to tell you why. The commander size handgun happens to be my favorite size because it seems to be the most balanced. It's a full-size frame, so you get your whole hand on this gun when you're grabbing onto it, but the slide is shortened up, so it makes it a little bit more maneuverable. And you're not going to carry this gun, folks, at least in the state that I live in, because the state that I live in is concealed carry only. There's no kind of open carry laws or anything like that, so it makes carrying something with this long grip very, very difficult. It can be done, and I know there's people that's going to come on here and say it can be done, but I'm not able to pull it off. So now what this gun features is, this is the one that they presented to the military when they did the modular pistol program, and this one supposedly met all the requirements. They wanted it this FDE colored, and to my knowledge, this is the only Glock that they ever made that was not black from the factory. And it comes with these two 19-round magazines. It says 17 rounds, but they have these two Glock extensions, these little +2 extensions that come on them. It comes with two of these. It holds 19 rounds, and it comes with one flush mount 17-round magazines in the box when you get it. Now it has this weird little lip right here that I'm not really quite certain what that is, but I know one thing it is. It doesn't allow for Gen 5 magazines to go in them. The Gen 5 magazines have like the little extension lip on them right here, so you can rip the magazines out of them in case anything, was to go wrong while you're firing it. And this thing does not allow those to go in there. It has a little lanyard loop on it because the military required that, so they put that on there. The only thing that this gun doesn't have, the one that they issued to the military, was a manual thumb safety on it. The military required a thumb safety, so Glock had to put one on there. Now this is kind of a hybrid gun here, so it's got kind of your cross between your Gen 4 and your Gen 5 stuff on them. So you don't have any finger grooves up here on the front of it. You do have the larger magazine release. It is ambidextrous for the slide stop on each side. It does have the marksman barrel on it. If you look real close, it kind of looks like it's crowned a little bit. It is kind of flared here in the front, tapered down, so going into a holster. That's kind of a Gen 5 thing, but basically there's no front there's no front serrations on it, so all the people that like to press check like this, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for the press checkers. It comes from the factory with night sights on it, so it does have metal night sights on it made by Glock, which is kind of cool because Glocks usually have crappy plastic sights on them that a lot of people like to change anyway. But if you look on the top, these are actual Glock factory night sights. But pretty cool weapon. I just like the feel of it in my hand. It's like I said, this is my second favorite Glock. My favorite being the one that I carry every single day. This is my second favorite one. This is more of a range gun or like a home defense gun. I'm not a real big 9mm fan, but in 9mm terms, this is really a cool gun, and I like the fact that it comes with these two large magazines. So essentially, you can carry 20 rounds of 9mm in this thing. Now, what this thing is, this is an actual shrunken down version of the Glock 19. So the Glock 19 is probably the most popular gun in the entire world, to be honest with you. And this one's kind of a unique one because this is a Gen 5 gun, so it doesn't have any of the finger grooves on the front. But if you'll notice real close, this one also doesn't have front serrations. This one was an earlier Gen 5 before they actually started putting the front serrations on them. And this one has night sights also put on it. Now, these are not factory Glock night sights. These are like Miraglow. And it's got the fiber optic front with the tritium insert on them. And that's just because my eyes are a little weak and I have to be able to see something a little bit better. But all the rest of the features, it does have the Gen 5 stuff. It has the larger magazine release, has the interchangeable back straps on them. It has the single pin system for the fire control group on it. It is ambidextrous for the slide stop on each side. And this one is also chambered 9mm. It is tapered down on the front, and it also has the marksman barrel. So everything on this thing is all Gen 5. And it just doesn't have the front serrations on them. Now, what I was mentioning earlier, these Gen 5 magazines, you can always tell the difference because it has the orange follower on the top, and the earlier ones here have this little cutout in the frame that a lot of people like to complain about. Well, what that's for is if you're in some kind of stressful situation, you're firing this thing and you have a problem and you need to rip this magazine out, this gives you an area to reach your finger in here and rip it out. And this little magazine is extended here on the front. It gives you the ability to rip that out. Now, this one's a little bit short, but I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. If you were to slide this in here, this little lip here on the 19X doesn't allow the Gen 5 magazines to slide in there. The Gen 4 and below, it doesn't have this extension on there, and they'll go right in here, but the Gen 5 ones will not. So that's what I was talking about, this little weird little lip here on the front. I don't understand why they did that, but it doesn't bother me whatsoever. I have a bunch of 19X magazines anyway. But anyway, I wanted to show you, this is a Glock 19 Gen 5, and the difference in these two is the 19X has a 19 slide on it, and it has a full-size frame on it. So the frame's a little bit longer, but it's got the same profile and the same length slide as a Glock 19. And we'll do a comparison here with a Glock 19X and a Glock 17 here in the near future. I just use this one as an example. A lot of people seem to like this 19X, and I know I'd never compared it to a regular 19. So the 19X, I'm assuming, means it's extended a little bit. X probably stands for extending because the axle frame's a little bit longer. But other than that, they're exactly the same. This one's just got a longer frame, a full-size frame, but everything else is pretty much the same besides the color and a couple very, very unique features on the 19X. But anyway, I want to show you side by side a Glock Hybrid 19X versus a Glock Gen 5 19 side by side and show you what the differences are. I have separate videos on each one of these guns. If you have any questions on them, feel free to reach out to me and I'll be happy to answer for you. Thank you very much for watching my video today. You folks have a great day.